Can you evict a tenant without high court costs? Imagine trying to remove a tenant from your property without breaking the bank on legal fees. It sounds ideal, but is it really possible? Well, the answer depends on how you go about it. Most landlords can evict tenants through the county court system, which is the standard process. This route usually keeps costs lower than going straight to the high court. The first step is serving a valid eviction notice. You can do this yourself, and it's free. There are two main types of notices: a Section 21 notice, which is no fault, and a Section 8 notice, which is used if the tenant breaches the tenancy agreement. If you hire a solicitor to prepare and serve the notice, it might cost around £200 to £300. Once the notice period ends and the tenant does not leave, you apply to the county court for a possession order. The application fee is generally about £391. If the court grants the order and the tenant still refuses to leave, you then request bailiff enforcement. This part usually costs around £131. This process is the most common way to evict tenants and avoids the much higher costs associated with the high court. However, if the tenant owes more than £5,000 in rent arrears, the case must be transferred to the high court. High court enforcement officers, known as bailiffs, charge significantly more, often between £1,000 and £1,500 or more. Most landlords prefer the county court route because it is more affordable and still effective. But it's important to follow the correct legal steps. Serving the wrong notice or not respecting the proper notice periods can invalidate the eviction and cause delays. Also, choosing the wrong type of court application can increase costs and extend the process. Remember, you usually have to pay court and enforcement fees upfront, and you might not get them back unless the court orders the tenant to pay. Planning ahead and budgeting for these costs is wise. If you are unsure about the process, consulting a legal professional can help you avoid mistakes that could lead to extra expenses. In most cases, evicting a tenant without high court costs is entirely possible if you stick to the county court process. High court costs only come into play when the rent arrears are very high or you need faster enforcement. Following the correct legal procedures, serving the right notices, and understanding the costs involved will help you manage the eviction smoothly and affordably.